Thank you so much, Vina. So I think it was a disappointing result. We went to Egypt to come back with the qualification. Unfortunately, that we are the only team that reached 10 points in all the groups, CAF Champions League. We reached 10 points and we are out of this competition. But for us, it's we have to learn. We have to learn from our mistake. We have to learn of the importance of how many goals you score and how many goals to concede, because we was out of this competition because we didn't score more one goal or we didn't concede less one goal. So now it's done. Now we're back to the PSL. We have to continue to fight. Like I discussed every press conference, we are taking each game as a cup game, cup by game. We are managing the game. Tomorrow Stellenbosch game. We took 3 days rest for the player because you remember how many games we was playing. So it was a good rest for them to be a little bit disconnected from the football, to think about outside of the football, and to come back more fresh. Also we got time this week to prepare properly the game, to make a properly training session. And I think that the team is ready to continue to fight. About the game of tomorrow, I think it's the fourth game against Stellenbosch. We played against them the first game in the PSL, and then we play Carling Cup. We play against them Nedbank Cup. We know the team, we know the quality of the team, we know the mentality of the team, we know the coach, we know also the idea and what's the positive thing and the negative thing for this team. We know the idea of the coach also, and I hope that we'll be ready tomorrow to win this game and to continue to fight for the league.
Thank you, Coach. I'm going to ask you, and with apology, to humbly lean towards the mics because we're not using the audio system. We'll go right into it. Let's give at the back a start and we'll come in front.
Good afternoon, Coach. As many of you say, Coach, you have used the team that knocked you out of the Nedbank Cup. Have you kind of identified their strengths, their weaknesses, and how are you going to approach that game tomorrow?
Yeah, like I said, it's not the first time that we play against Stellenbosch. That's the first game against them. I think both teams, they know each other, and we know the weak points, the positive point for Stellenbosch. I think Carling Cup or Nedbank Cup, it was a different game. The performance was there, but the result wasn't there. Tomorrow, the most important thing that the result before the performance.
Coach, hold on.
Good afternoon, Coach. Just on your opening remarks, you've spoken about having 10 points and being out of the CAF Champions League and giving the players 3 days off. I think it's an abnormal situation to have 10 points and qualify. How have you tried to help the players, to try and understand that it's not the end of the world, because I'm sure they were quite certain that they would qualify because they were top going into the game.
Yeah, if you remember this group, it was every last 3 weeks. Every week, one team is leading the group. It was Al Masri, then us, then we finished Zamalek is leading the group. We finished 11 as Zamalek, 10 us, and 10 Al Masri. We was unlucky because goal difference it was for Al Masri. For us, I think what we discussed after this game, that's the most important. The qualification game, it was against Al Masri in Polokwane here. So we must kill this game here, 2-0, 3-0. We must be qualified here in Polokwane, and we travel to Zamalek already. We are qualified. So that's the negative point, I think. Now we discuss with the player. We see all these games. We analyze the games. We have to learn from our mistake. Finally, it's like lesson. We have to learn from our mistake, and we have to continue to fight. For us, the first bad result it was Carling Cup, then Nedbank Cup, now the CAF. I think we have now only one opportunity in the PSL. We have to continue to fight for this opportunity, and I hope that in the end of this competition we'll be in the top.
I don't want to stifle your questions, but if it's CAF, at least align with tomorrow so that it doesn't get too big a CAF press conference. Let's go for it.
Coach, you've obviously got only the league to play for now, and then you consider yourselves among the favourites or among the challengers for the title, but also looking at the fact that Sundowns and Pirates are also now out of the Nedbank Cup. Is that an advantage or disadvantage for yourselves in hoping to challenge for the title?
To be honest, this season you feel that the level of the different team is so close. Before you feel big difference between some teams and other teams, but now you see, even in the cup game, you see that some people they think it's surprise, but for me it wasn't surprise because the level of the teams is so close. Little bit Sundowns with the experience last few years that they was always winning the league, so they have more experience than the other team. But independent of the experience, I think all the teams they have the same chance to win the PSL, and we have to continue to fight each one for the competition. It's long way. It's 15 games. It can happen a lot of things inside. Sundowns they have also the Champions League. Us and Orlando we play only for the PSL now, and I hope that in the end of the season we will be lucky to be in the top.
Yes, Coach, just maybe staying on the same question, also for the sport that Chad has asked. There's also 11 goal difference between you and the Pirates and Sundowns. I know that earlier in the mid-season or in the first round, you collected a lot of draws, especially at home, but in the last few matches you tried to correct that. Just maybe the importance, especially in these next 2 home matches, of addressing the goalkeepers.
Yeah, I think we said that defense. We said that defensively we are better than last season. It's difficult now to score for us goal, but also it's difficult for us to score. We are struggling. We are creating a lot of opportunity, but we are not. The concretization is not there. We miss a lot of chance. I think it was the point that we start the meeting with the players that we was out of the CAF regarding the goal difference, and down with the PSL also the situation is there. But like I said, still 15 games, still also the confrontation, the first the game against Orlando, it will be Saturday, and there is another game. Against Sundowns, still another game, so it's early I think to discuss about the goal difference in the PSL. But I think it's also is important to think about how we kill the game, how you score when you score the first game to continue to fight to score the second goal is more smart. It's better and more smart than you come back to defend.
Just be aware we don't have warm-up pictures. It's pre-match for us today, so we're going to end with football after the coach now. We'll go to Benjamin and then come back.
Coach Benjamin Urenda, Eswatini Daily News. Just 2 quick ones. First one is injury update. How are the players like Ikodalo and Kele doing? Then the second one is just like, as you have just said, you are going to play Pirates over the weekend. How do you balance the players' minds that they should not be thinking about Pirates while they are still going to play Stellenbosch?
For the first question, unfortunately, Gador still far away. Still, he need more 2 weeks. But the other players, and also Reeve is out. And I think the other players, all of them, they are ready for tomorrow or for next game. And it's depending of the plan of the game and depending of the idea, our idea as a technical staff, who will decide which player tomorrow will start and who will be in the bench. For the next game, for the second question, I think always we discuss here that we are taking each game by game, each game as a cup game. Now today we have only Stellenbosch in our mind. We think only about Stellenbosch. We think only about the game of tomorrow. Then when we finish the game of tomorrow, we'll start to think about the derby. But for us, every time we are managing every game, game per game.
Thank you very much. Kaizer, let's go with you. And then we'll come back.
Assalamu alaikum, Coach.
Coach,
It hasn't been, since your exit in the CAF Confederations Cup, there hasn't been much competitive football for you for over a week. How do you now ensure that the players still remain sharp heading into the game against the East tomorrow?
I didn't understand the question, sir.
I'm saying it's been over a week since you exit in the
it's 10 days.
Cup, in the Confederations Cup.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been much competitive football for you in this past week. And there's been, as you said, that it took some time off for the players. Now, how do you ensure that,
going into the game against Stellenbosch tomorrow, players stay sharp and still gonna bring their A game when they compete to the field tomorrow?
Every game is different. Every situation is different. You can play every 2 days game and you feel more sharp, and sometimes you don't play long time. For us, we are preparing. We are planning every training session to be ready for tomorrow with our fitness coach. We are using also our video analyst to make a lot of time to analyze the last few games. I think playing or not playing is not that's the problem for us, but the problem how we can be ready 100% tomorrow.
The last two questions will come to you. Leadership, let's start with you. Will come to Traffic Court.
Coach, surely it can't be normal that finding the net can be the long season story of not. You cannot find the goals. I mean, you guys got everything in your disposal, psychologically, mentally, physically, you name it. Any color you may think of and any alley you may think of, you should provide the solution. You are the coaches.
Yeah, and that's our job. Did you think that football coach is easy job? If it was easy, anyone he can make the job, and any team can score and any team can win. That's the difficulty in football, guys. How you build team that he can defend, they can't concede goal, and then you make player to score and to create opportunity to score. For us as the coach, the most important thing that the performance of the team. When you perform and you create opportunity and there is model game clear, that's our job. But after it's a lot of thinking inside. If it is like you said like that, it's our job, so it's more easy like that. Anyone can make the job.
But you need to provide the solution.
The solution is to continue to work in the training session. How you can? If you have another solution, advise us.
We'll leave it right there. Let's go speed up.
There is another solution. What we can do?
Find the goals.
How we can? If you create opportunity and you miss a chance, what we can do?
Coach,
Okay, Coach.
Coach, at the start of the season, Coach Nabi was still here. There was a clear indication of saying that after finishing 10th last season, you can't realistically just go and win the league. But is there temptation now for you guys in the position that you are? Your future is not clear, Coach Kaiser's future is not clear, to just throw everything at it and see what happens before the end of the season?
I think it's a smart question. How I can answer about this question? Finishing number 10, yes. So normally when you finish number 10, you have to think to continue to build. So it will be to finish the top 5. Then you continue to fight. But I think when we are in a situation that we are close or we can win the PSL or we can fight the PSL, we are here to continue to work. I think the performance of the team in 15 games to make 13 points, it's a long time that the team didn't make this performance. Also regarding the goal conceded, only 6 goals in 15 games. All the stats that we are seeing, all the number and expected goal, chance created and everything, we are on the top. So if everything is right and it's ready, why not we continue to fight? We are in the big team, we are in Kaizer Chiefs, so we have to continue to fight, and every competition we have to fight to win. Normally, that's what you said, when you finish number 10, you have to think to how you increase and to be top 5. But in this situation, we have to continue to fight. We are in the top 3, and winning 15 games allowed for us to win the PSL without waiting the other result.
We'll close with you,
Coach, I'm not sure if you are at liberty to answer this, but if you can you please? The two players, once again, Coach, you've been asked questions time and again. What exactly is the situation? Are they not eating right, sleeping well? Are they training well? What exactly is going on with Chislett as well as Shinga? These are two players.
Tomorrow you'll get your result.
Sorry?
Tomorrow you'll get your answer.
Tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Vintage coach, Khalil Ben Youssef.